Hi everyone, if you don't already know me, I'm Stacey and I just wanted to come on and do a little video about my journey with one-to-one diet. So I lost 3 stone in 13 weeks and I'm currently at about 3.5 stone in 16 weeks. And I just wanted to come on and do a little video about where I was mentally and you know, how I felt to how I feel now, how this diet, it sounds so cheesy, but honestly, how this diet's changed my life. I never ever saw that coming. I did not know what I was in for in a good way. And also why I've decided to train to be a consultant, because it's so exciting. So basically, long story short, I've been on a diet probably about 17 years on and off. I've been a member of other slimming clubs, you name it. I have been that girl that goes religiously to these meetings, and I've lost weight. They've worked. I've lost weight in the past. Well, I say I've lost. They've worked for me. Of recent years, not. But in the past, I've lost weight, but I've never managed to keep it off. I've always yo-yoed up and down. And then 16 weeks ago, I found myself in a situation where I was bigger than I've ever been. In the first lockdown, I'd kind of lived my best life because what else was there to do other than eat and drink? But I paid the price, so I got even bigger than I was before. I hated what I saw in the mirror. It's sad to say it, but I did. None of my clothes fit. I felt so sad and frustrated and disappointed in myself because I knew what I needed to do to lose weight. I'd lost weight loads of times before, but could I do it? Nope. And I think pretty much my self-worth was on the floor. And I think that when you're feeling so bad about yourself, it's really hard to make good choices because you don't make choices that nurture you. You make choices that sabotage you and you feel bad, and you have all these associations as well. Like I associated wine and food with a reward or a celebration, or also for commiserating. So I felt so bad about myself that, you know, a glass of wine and a cheeky takeaway for about 20 minutes made me feel better. But then the next day I'd wake up and I'd be back to square one, not even square one because I'd probably put on a pound. And it just were a vicious cycle. I just felt, I can't even tell you, like I probably felt mentally the worst that I've ever felt. And I'm a positive person, you know, generally speaking, but 16 weeks ago I was just not in a good place. And I knew I had to do something different, you know, and I just couldn't understand why I couldn't stick to a blooming diet. Like I felt like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you? You know what to do. Just stop lifting your hand up to your mouth and putting wine and food in it. Stop. But could I? Nope. No, I couldn't. So basically, what I've realised with hindsight is that these diets that I've done before, they're great because they keep you, you can kind of do things in moderation. But I thought it was great that I could have wine on a Saturday and things like that. But what I didn't realise at the time was that actually, with people like myself who struggle with moderation, you know, I'm either, you know, eating a carrot stick or I'm ramming a kebab down my neck. If you struggle with moderation, you have to step away from that completely. It takes 66 days to break a habit, right? So you have to step away from that completely in order to reframe the habit. So all my associations with like wine and food been linked to having a great time, rewards, celebrating, commiserating, all these associations were never broken because I could have a bottle of wine on a Saturday. So like I associated Saturdays with, well, you have a bottle of wine on a Saturday, that's what you do. You know, wine is fun. And wine is fun, don't get me wrong, that's not changed. It is fun. But when you're actually needing it for your fun, then there's something that needs to shift. So basically, long story short, 16 weeks ago, I got to a stage where I thought, you know what, I need to just strip myself back and I need to sort myself out because I was sinking in quicksand. And you know what, a pound here and there that I was losing on other diets, it wasn't enough, you know. And for me, with this one-to-one diet, what I loved about it was that it had a certainty with it that I'd never had before. So I knew that if I stuck to it wholeheartedly, that within 12 weeks, I would lose about 3 stone. Well, it took me 13 weeks to do it. There's other people that got to 3 stone at 2.5 weeks, got to 3 stone at 10 weeks. You know, it's different for everyone, but average is 3 stone in 12 weeks. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I can stick to anything for 12 weeks if I'm guaranteed results like that. And in my mind, I knew even if I hit 2.5 stone in 12 weeks or I hit 2 stone, it would still be a massive leap forward to where I needed to be. So I decided to start the one-to-one diet. And I was prepared to let go of everything because I knew I needed to break these habits that I'd got because I was just on a roundabout, and I'd been on this roundabout my entire adult life. Well, so my first week I lost 8.5 pounds, and that for me gave me a right rocket up my backside because I thought, do you know what, I'm doing it, it's amazing. And it was an incentive. It was like, yes, 8.5 pounds, I can do this again. I can do another week of this. Yes, amazing. Now, with this diet, you look at it over 4 weeks. You don't look at it weekly. So the following week, I lost 2 pounds. But I'd lost 10.5 pounds in 2 weeks. The following week after that, I lost 3 pounds. And by the time I'd got to the week 4, I'd lost 14.5 pounds. And I just felt like a different person. I actually bought some gold jeans from River Island. Anyone that knows River Island jeans will know they are very, very small. They're not good for you when... You know, I bought these jeans, and you'll know that I don't understand, why do shops not make sizing big? Like, if I was a size 8 in one shop and a size 12 in another, guess which shop I'm going to? I'm going to the 8. But anyway, that's such a like mindset thing, isn't it? So I bought these gold jeans, and no word of a lie, I tried them on before I'd started my journey, and they would only go to my knees. And I thought, I've made a massive mistake. I thought, even if I skin myself, I've got no muscle, no fat, nothing. I'm just a skeleton. My backside is still not going to fit in these jeans. Even my husband were like, oh, they're small. And I was like, yep. Anyway, 4 weeks it took me to fasten them. I could not believe it. And do you know, in the first week, I went from starting and doing the before pictures. Now, I would advise everyone to do before pictures. I was miserable and I didn't want to look at them. I felt disgusted with myself, but I did these before pictures, and in that picture, I felt so sad. And within a week, I felt like I'd got control back of myself. I'd lost 8.5 pounds, so I was like well on my way to my goal. The other thing is that these products have all your vitamins and minerals in, and you drink a lot more water on this diet. So even if you're eating healthy, you don't ever have really all your vitamins and minerals. I think it'd be very hard to have everything you recommended daily allowance. So by day 5, 6, you have a bit of a rush because you've got all these vitamins in you. You're drinking loads of water. You've got no toxins in your body whatsoever. And you feel amazing. I felt like I could take on the world by day 6. And this is like 6 days after I was mentally in a hole. Now, were I hungry? Now, the first 4 or 5 days you are hungry. For me, it weren't that bad, but I know people that have, you know, it's like, you know, you feel hungry. But it's mindset. For me, it weren't that bad because I'd prepared myself mentally for the worst. None of these things happened, but I said to myself, right, Stacey, you can be having a complete tantrum, meltdown, hangry beyond belief, want to kill someone. You might be wanting to chew your arm off because you're that hungry. All these things might happen, but you know what? You're going to choose to stick to it because it's a mental battle. So I thought, do you know what? I can do this. And I knew that the hunger went after 5 days. So you can do 5 days of feeling a bit peckish in order to get 3 stone off, can't you? And I was just like, do you know what? You can do it. You suck it up. So every time I felt hunger, I thought, amazing. It means the diet's working. It's eating my fat. My hunger, in my mind, meant my fat was being eaten. My fat was dissolving. So it's all about mindset. And that's something when I'm a consultant that I really want to help people with, because there's little tips and tricks that I've come up with along the way that have really, really helped to keep me on track, to the point where I did it all over Christmas. I had like chicken and veg for Christmas dinner. And I never in a million years would have thought I'd been able to do that, but I'd done 10 weeks on this plan, and let me tell you, it's like magic. There's something that happens to you that's magic in your mind. And I became the person making decisions that I always knew I could be, but never could step into it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I felt a bit hungry first few days, but then it went. Never felt hunger after day 5. Felt amazing day 6 with the vitamin rush. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if the vitamin rush is an actual term that they use, but I'm telling you, you get a little bit of a vitamin rush. And also, every day that I chose to stick to it, my self-worth was increasing because I was making choices. I knew that I was stepping towards something brilliant. And yeah, by 13 weeks, 3 stone had gone and my life had completely changed. And at that point, I just knew I wanted to help other people because I know what it feels like to look in that mirror and just not like what you see. It upsets me now thinking about it, you know, because I feel so sad for myself back then, if that makes sense. But I know what it feels like to look in that mirror and feel that way. I know what it feels like to feel disappointed and frustrated with yourself because you can't understand why you can't just bloody stop eating or stop drinking. I know how that feels. And this is why I want to help other people, because if anyone feels like I felt, let me tell you, 12 weeks can change your life. And if you want to find out about the diet, just get in touch. It won't be for everyone, but all I can say is that from my experience, and I've done all different plans for years and years and years, I've been dead set in a certain way but you know, it clearly wasn't working. If 17 years later I was still battling with my weight, then something's amiss, isn't it? So all I can tell you is that for me, it has changed my life completely. It's broken all these habits that, you know, and I'm not going to be the girl that doesn't have a glass of wine and a takeaway. I will, but I have a different belief that underpins it. I'm driven to have them for different reasons. Before it was all wrapped up in, you know, lots of other things that were a little bit damaging, you know, like these associations we have. So if you want to find out about the diet, get in touch. If you want to just have a chat, get in touch. Listen, if you want to work with me, get in touch. From the 10th of February to, we're in, what? Why were I going to tell you the year? You know what year it is. So from the 10th of February, I can work with people, and I just can't wait. And the beauty about this diet is that you get a one-to-one consultant, so it's not group weigh-ins, it's just you and your consultant holding your hand, being there every step of the way on the end of the phone. When you have a wobble, guess what, your consultant's there to go, come on, you can do it. And like I say, I've been there, I've done it. 12 weeks completely changed my life. Even if you just want to have a chat, and the path that you want to go on isn't the path towards me, that's fine. I just want to help people to get on a better path and to feel better about themselves. So get in touch. I'd love to hear what about you and where you are, and to help you in any way that I can, whether that be that we work together or whether that be that we just have a natter and a chat, and hopefully I inspire you to believe in yourself a bit and to step into a healthier life. So take care, and I will hopefully speak to you soon. Bye.